I woke up this morning and decided I want to go to the beach. For the pure reason just to listen to the waves and to feel calm. I thought about the beach yesterday when I was in yoga class and I just decided that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm gonna go pick up my best friend, we're gonna go to the beach, and along the way I'm gonna talk about how to actually get what you want from your life. When I said I was picking my best friend up, I hope you know that I was talking about Buddy! Hey buddy boy! High five! Goodbye! And the first thing is that's the first thing. So I was gonna vlog sat on the bench, but it didn't happen. I'm gonna share a clip with you now from 4 years ago. Went from not having what I wanted in life into getting what I want from life. And I'm gonna teach you exactly how to do the same thing. So stick with me and cringe along with me at this video from 4 years ago. I wanna build something for myself, build a business, build a brand, and earn money off that and live, and that be my income. That is my goal. Then 4 years ago, I was very lost, very confused. I'd worked on cruise ships, I'd worked in primary schools, I'd worked for hotels, I'd worked for summer camps, I'd worked in all these different places. But deep down, all I wanted was to work for myself. I went to university and studied business. But during my time there, I began to realise how my personality and being an introvert and being someone who is not the typical business person, I couldn't see how I would fit into that world. It just didn't make sense for who I am to then start a business. So I've always put that on the back burner and followed things that I did have experience with, which was working with children. That's what I'd always done, from summer camps to working in kids clubs to working with special needs children. I taught English as a second language. Everything I'd done was around working with children, and I loved that. You know, that is a passion of mine, but it's not something I could see myself doing for the long term, for the rest of my career. You know, that's the experience that I'd had, so I just followed those paths. When really what I wanted was something of my own. I wanted to work online, I wanted like a little business, and it was just a dream, right? It wasn't something I ever thought I was capable of doing. And in that video, you can see how I don't really believe that I can do it. I'm saying it to the camera, but inside I'm thinking, this is a joke. Like, this is a joke. How are you going to make this happen? A quote that changed everything was, "Your current reality is a reflection of your strongest belief." And deep down back then, I didn't believe that it was possible for me to be able to have something of my own. I didn't believe it was possible. And I wasn't showing up in the way that it was possible. The first step is to accept responsibility. You have to accept responsibility, because when you put the blame on other people, nothing is ever going to change. You're not going to get where you want to be. You're not going to get what you want out of life. Once you've accepted that, then it's time to accept that you can change where you're going. You can change the direction of what you want in life. So I think there are 3 things to this. There is who you are as a person, like the first layer. The next layer is your goals, and the last layer is your desires. So a desire that I wanted was to work for myself and work from home, and this was pre-pandemic, so working from home wasn't a thing. I know a lot of us do that now, but back then it wasn't a thing. But that's really what I wanted. I wanted to work from home and I wanted to work for myself. That was a desire. You have to kind of go up the pyramid, and you have to start at the bottom with figuring out who you are so that you can reach your desires. So this first layer, who you are, is about how you choose to see yourself. And you can see yourself as whoever you want. And this was the biggest shift ever. I had to start seeing myself as someone who could own a business, someone who could work for themselves. The way that I was acting and behaving was like someone who couldn't own a business. You know, I was unorganized, and I was wishy-washy with my goals, and I didn't commit to anything, and I had bad habits, and All of these things were why I was where I was, because I wasn't seeing myself or acting like someone who could possibly own their own business. You can change this by changing what you feed your mind, changing what knowledge you are consuming each and every day. So back then I was watching Netflix every single day of my life. I always had Netflix on in my life. I was waking up 10 minutes before I had to go to work. I didn't have any sorts of routine ever. I did not like routine back then. I didn't care about how I looked or how I presented myself in the world. And all of these things weren't a reflection of my desires, right? The person who I desired to be wasn't matching who I was. So first of all, you have to change who you are. And I'm not talking about changing your personality or, changing that side of you. I'm talking about changing how you see yourself. If your desire is to write a book and to be an author of a book, if you don't see yourself as an author or can't imagine yourself ever being an author, it's going to be so hard to get to that desire. First of all, we have to figure out ourselves and become that person. And this isn't something that will happen overnight. It will happen over time. But bit by bit, you can incorporate things into your life to become that person that will help you reach your desires. I was building up that belief within myself that I could make this happen. I would listen to affirmations that would reprogram my brain into thinking that you are smart enough to make this happen. You are confident, you are strong, you are courageous, you can make this happen. I would listen to affirmations and watch YouTube videos constantly. I was feeding my mind the things that I knew would strengthen my mind so I could start showing up as that person that had her own business. At the time, I didn't have my own business. I didn't even have an idea at that time. But that didn't matter. What matters was that I was building up the belief that I could do it, that it was possible for me. Because remember, your current reality is a reflection of your strongest belief. So I had to build up that belief first. The second part of this pyramid is the goals that you have for yourself. People who succeed in life succeed because they have goals, because they know where they are heading. If you don't know where you're heading, it's really freaking hard to get there. You can be where you are right now, have your desire, but if there is no goals that are like the stepping stones to get to that desire, everything, you're gonna be going on stepping stones, but you're gonna be walking around all over the place. What you want is a clear guide, clear goals that get you to your desires. So we first build that belief, then we set those goals, the goals that are in reflection of where you want to be. I need to say this again, where you want to be. Not where your friends are, not where your parents want you to be, not where your family wants you to be, where you want to be. The only way that you are going to take action to reach your desires is if you really genuinely want it and you have a passion behind it. I've tried so many times to follow what other people are doing in life or what my parents want of me or what my family wants of me. You don't end up in the right place. You end up feeling super lost and super confused with no idea of where you're going because it doesn't match what you want. The people who succeed in life are the people who know what they want and they make it happen. Teachers who become teachers because it's what they're truly passionate about, they're succeeding because that's what they want from their life. Succeeding is doing what you want. Succeeding is living how you want. And I truly believe that it's possible for anyone to get what they want and to have a desire and to achieve it. But first, we have to understand that it's possible for us, set goals to help us get there, and take the action to do so. The next part about this is your desires. The top part of this pyramid is your desires, the things that you want, the way you want to live, the lifestyle you have, stability, security, fulfillment, happiness, your passions, like those things that you want from your life, they're your desires. And to get there, those goals have to be aligned with that. And it's scary. Those goals are probably going to be outside your comfort zone. They're going to be massive. They're going to require you to be courageous and brave and to step out of what your current norm is to reach what you want. But that's life. Zig Ziglar once said, "You are what you are and where you are because of what's gone into your mind." You can change where you are by changing what goes into your mind. We really are what we consume. We really are what we watch, what we read, what we listen to. The quicker we realize that we're in control of that, the quicker we can change that. So ask yourself, who do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? What habits do you want? Do you want to be the person that wakes up early and goes to the gym before they go to work? I don't want to be that person, you know, I really don't want to be that person. But I've tried because other people seem to do it and it seems to be really effective for them. But I don't want to wake up early and go to the gym. Like, that's just not my vibe. So it's not going to work for my lifestyle. What I do want to do is go to an afternoon yoga class and meditation. Like, that's what I want to do, and that's easy for me to get to because it's what I want. But what you want is going to be completely different. So set aside some time tonight, tomorrow, and before you sit down with yourself and have this conversation with yourself, try not to consume anything for like 3 to 4 hours before you do this. Try and clear your mind, maybe go for a walk, maybe meditate for 5 or 10 minutes, but have selfish not to do this. Like, it's so selfish for you not to decide that you're gonna make your life the best thing possible. You were given this chance to be here on this earth, and the odds of us being alive are so slim that we have to do everything in our power to make this the greatest life we ever could have imagined. We all have this one life, and are we gonna follow a path in life that's dictated by other people and their wants and their needs, and following this just societal norm path? Or are you gonna go off and create your own path in life and have your own experiences and create your own story? Imagine you're 75-year-old and you're sat down with your grandchildren and you're explaining to them about the life that you created for yourself, the goals that you set for yourself, the goals that you achieved, the desires that you had, and the desires that you made happen. It's all in your control, and it starts with what you feed your mind. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry the beach part didn't happen. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will speak to you next week. Bye!